Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well. I'm making this video as an action alert video regarding Uber, Lyft, and other car sharing services across the Las Vegas Valley. Now, it seems like we have one of these crazy, insane piece of garbage elected officials in our state assembly that they are trying to do what they can to put those services in jeopardy. That's right. So if you really don't like those taxi mafias and those piece of garbage services that you have, well, too bad. You have to suck it up and deal with it. And guess what? One of the reality that's actually happening is that they're introducing a bill that they're raising requirements, particularly in some matters like insurance, for Uber and Lyft. Now, I seem to be a very wise person, believe it or not, and the way I see this is just another scheme to drive out competition for the taxi mafia. So they're seeing the revenues decline, people are getting competition, better services, nicer rides, and so forth. And the taxi mafia is upset. Oh, boo-hoo, so sad. Many decades of giving lousy, rude, overpriced service, and now it's your opportunity to provide a bill or a system that could put that system into jeopardy, believe it or not. And the way I see this is that, look, the taxi authority is just a crummy organization. They're heavily involved in campaigns and funding. And really, the real problem is that we really have a messed up state legislature. In fact, sometimes I think it's one of the most corrupt in the entire country. And the other problem is the people, unlike a few like myself, aren't willing to stand up and fight and take to the streets and take to the local halls. Because that's what we're really going to have to do. People just let the crap pass by, just like other things like the stadium deal. But the taxi authority is just a really messed up, shady sector. And I believe that one of the reasons why we don't have the monorail system connecting to the McCarran International Airport and the downtown has largely to do with the fact because the taxi and even the limousine sector fears that's going to take business away. Ooh, boo-hoo, so sad. Please. And we better fight out in the streets and do something about this. And by the way, that's one of the reasons why I'm not so much in favor of the light rail plan, because a monorail would be a much better alternative to extend it. All right? But one of the things I want to also talk about is that they can do this all they want, but the real winner is technology. And once those self-driving taxis come along, what are these people going to do, man? If you're going to find other major cities across the world that are going to have self-driving taxis, and we're still going to have the old-fashioned system, it's going to be a joke. So in the long run, they're going to lose. But another reason why I also believe, and this is what's not mentioned by the media, because you have to look at every other direction, you have to look at all sides, is that the fact that I largely likely to believe that James Murren, that's right, the CEO of MGM Resorts International, probably the largest scumbag in the entire state, is behind this. And you want to know why? Because they're thinking like, you don't like paying $10 to $30 for parking? You think you can park across the street so you can take the Uber and pay like $5? So you don't have to pay for the paid parking? Well, you know what? Now, James Murren is thinking like, if you want to do that, now you got to go through the taxi mafia so that way you pay them like $10, $20, and that way there's really no difference whether you take taxi mafia or you pay for the parking at any of the properties. So you have to think about it, who is really, really behind all this? Because I can park my car at the Rio and take an Uber to the Caesar's Palace and not have to pay overpriced for parking. But these sons of bitches, they don't want it, all right? That's what's going on. It's just a very, very sick, disgusting system. But anyway, in the long run, they're going to lose, whether it's a taxi mafia or the paid parking, especially when you got the self-driving vehicles out on the road. But I want to get to the fact of who is really introducing this bill. Based on my research, it's a guy, which is Senate Bill 226, named Richard Carrillo. Now, he resides in a district in the east part of the valley. And just like a lot of these politicians, I don't trust him. I feel like he's just another one of those corrupt pieces of garbage, human sewage, heavily funded by special interests designed to screw us and make those few people walk all over us. That's what this is all about. Now, from what I've seen, it seems like he got contributions from the taxi mafia. Oh, so if you think that he's really doing this because he really cares about us, think again. I don't believe that. It's about enriching their pockets and putting other lives in jeopardy. That's exactly what's going on, okay? And if you're watching this video, you better watch out. Because I'm going to spread this video. I'm going to do so much I can to make you regret for doing this. Do you understand? Now, let's take a look about who this guy really is, all right? Because I can do a lot. I can knock on doors. I can do cold calling. I can fill up your events. And it's going to make your career possibly a living hell. So don't do things that make you regret. And by the way, I did some research about 2 years ago. You got convicted of DUI. Oh. Well, we've got tens of thousands of other people that are more qualified to do the same job as you. And you got a DUI? You should be impeached, man. I don't know why you even have your job. Now, let's take a look about his contributions, because they explain a lot about a politician. Now, unfortunately, this guy got rarely any contributions from the gaming sector. But he got a lot of contribution from the Plumbing Laborers Union, 525. He got contributions from the motor transport sector. Maybe that's related to the taxi mafia. And certain other special interest groups. But I'm really tired of these special interest groups, man. Why can't we just have no special interest groups funding any candidate and each individual is maxed out at $2,700? That's the way the system it should be. I gotta tell you that. Now, another thing about the Uber system that could be in jeopardy is that a lot of people who live in the Las Vegas Valley depend on this service for employment. So what's going to happen when their service is no longer profitable or they really can't do it anymore? This is sad. A lot of people depend on us for income. This is just so unbelievably disgusting. And by the way, do you know who's one of those individuals? Jacob Orth from Jacob's Life in Vegas, the guy who has the smiley face and telling everybody how great it is to live in Las Vegas. Well, guess what? When your Uber job is cut off, what are you going to do now? How are you going to make a living? Folks, you got to see how disgusting, how insane, how unbelievable this is. The taxi mafia is just probably the largest culprit in that area. And I'm going to be fighting. If you're watching this video, Richard, you're going to regret it. I'm going to do what I can to fight back. I comment even on the Facebook post of the local news agencies. They get a lot of likes. Because everybody's seeing what's going on. We're tired of you scumbag, Reed, Sandoval, mass immigration, pumping politicians. And we're going to very likely overthrow this system. All right? We got to stay active and spread the word. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Spread this video and make sure we become the resistance. Oh yeah!